Well, policy is what you are trying to accomplish, but you only do it through people. So I think it's really hard. I mean, politics, I've often said to people who I've worked with and who worked for me, is politics is about people. That's what it is. It is about talking and listening and relating to a wide range of people. But the reason you do that is to further the goals that you want to accomplish in your elected position. So I think those two really go along. I know great politicians who, with people that don't have any agenda, and I don't know what good that's done. I know brilliant policy people that don't know how to get anything done by working with people. So I really don't think you can separate those two. Well, I think it's a little easier than exactly 5 years ago. The hardest time for governors in this country, probably since the Depression, were the 2 or 3 years that happened right after the collapse of the economy, when we moved into the biggest recession since the Great Depression. And that was an incredibly hard job, because it meant you had to cut things that you never ever wanted to cut. And you had to make incredibly hard decisions, and I said during those years, none of these decisions are good and none of them are easy, but they have to be made, and they have to be made with wisdom and compassion to the best of your ability. So I think it's actually easier today than it was 5 years ago, because you're dealing in a significantly improved economy. Well, generally they are. There are some states that, but I don't think you see, as partisan as it is in the states, it is not as completely partisan as you see in D.C. And then many states have one party that's in control of the governor's office in both houses of the legislature, and that's the time when you get the most done. When I was governor, we have obviously 2-year legislative sessions. I was in for 8 years, so I had 4 different legislatures. The first one, I'm a Democrat, the first one was both houses overwhelmingly Republican. The second one was we had divided houses. The third was divided houses, and my final one was I had all Democrats. I mean, both houses were Democratic. And they all presented their challenges, but obviously we could get a lot more done when I had both Democratic houses. So I mean, I think there are 2 factors. One is the partisanship in most states is a little less intense, and many states have a different political mix than it is hardest when you have a governor or in the United States, a president of one party and at least one of the houses in the other party who is sort of saying all the time, we're not going to do anything to work with the president.